What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Battle Brothers. We are going to be trying to triage our Anatomist run a little bit. We're falling a little bit behind. I was having so much fun with our Oath Taker run that I decided to just keep playing it. But because of that, we're, I don't know, maybe 20 days behind now in our Anatomist run. But that's okay, because our Anatomist run is in an interesting place. Supply-wise, we're doing fine. Money-wise, we're okay. We've got 12 brothers, fully equipped. We picked up a handgun last time we had these bros. Gave it to, let's see, I think Erling already had it. I think we gave it to Wilhelm Throat Slash. And our inventory is filled with trade goods. So we want to head north. That's our goal for today, is to try to head north. We also picked up this sick weapon here, August the Gravedigger's Harvester. Sweet flail. Because of this weapon, and because I do want to commit it to Lucian Ravensbane here, and I also wanted to add these metal pauldrons to his armor. I think it was Mr. Blue in the comment section that said, adding this to this piece of armor makes sense due to its fatigue / durability, making it just an excellent piece of armor as something we could give to a light bro later in the game. So I'm going to take your advice, I'm going to equip it, plus just having it sit in my inventory forever until I get a great piece of armor doesn't make a ton of sense. We'll be able to get more attachments basically at will, and there'll be a point in the game where we're just farming attachments. Man, we're just killing beasts left and right and getting attachments, unhold and dire wolves, whatever we want. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. But because of this weapon, and because this is a weapon you kind of keep for the rest of the game, we do want to build Lucian a little bit different than we were originally planning. Something like Headhunter now becomes incredibly valuable with him. Go for the head. Hitting the head of a target will give you a guaranteed hit to the head, also with your next attack. Connecting with your hit will reset the effect, and that's because we have something like Pound, plus we have Thresh here. Chance to stun, we can hit 6 enemies in a row. What else? Yeah, has a hits to the head, ignore an additional 10% of armor. Also ignores melee defense granted by shields. This weapon is awesome. It does a lot of stuff. It's kind of a unique weapon in the Battle Brothers realm. Not every weapon has all these little like finicky bits to it, but it's a great weapon. So we're going to want to get Headhunter to accentuate our head hitting capabilities. Going to want to get reach advantage as well. Anything that has AoE and is two-handed, I like to get reach advantage. Go ahead and read what it does here. Each hit with a two-handed melee weapon adds a stack of reach advantage that increases your melee defense by 5 up to a maximum of 5 stacks until this character's next turn. And if you hit multiple targets with one attack, for instance, if we were getting a good Thresh off, then we can end up getting a lot of melee defense protecting us. I like it a lot in combination with backliners who have like sword lances that have the attack that can hit up to 3 enemies. I think that's very good. And I also like it with Lone Wolf. I think it works very well with Lone Wolf. Having a brother with a great sword or a weapon like this, or a great axe or a hammer, one of the two-handed weapons, having them be able to increase their own defense is great. So he may end up being a Lone Wolf brother. But anyway, guys, I've rambled enough. Our brothers are in rough shape. We've bought all the things we're going to buy here, and now it's time to travel. And what I was looking at, so we could go straight up here to Harlingen, but I was thinking, what if... I'm pretty sure there's got to be a way to get across here to Wolfenfest. The prices here, hopefully, to buy our spices and stuff are good. And then if they're not, I mean, we're right here next to Eisenstein. We could go up to Felsberg. We've got Krakenland, which is a great harbor city. We've got options once we get to Wolfenfest. So I'm thinking that'll be our choice. We also need to pick up an ambition very soon. We've got the Scout and we've got the Negotiator. That's great. We need 1,400 renown. We're closing in on it. We'll be able to have access to another seat very soon. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let's go. We're going to be traveling through the wilderness. I don't mind taking the circuitous route and trying to get lucky, because at the end of the day, we need to repair anyway. We're zipping, man. Look how fast we're moving. Okay, 18 Ifrits is not a fight we're going to want to take, but some Nomad Cutthroats is an easy fight. And if we were in great shape and had a little bit better gear and a little bit higher levels, we could take 18 Ifrits. But we're not there yet. But even with our injuries, which on some brothers are quite severe, like Grump is going to have to jump out of this fight right away. Yeah, Grump can't handle this fight. But, I mean, remember the fight we took against the auxiliaries last time to get this weapon was like some crazy... Yeah, our bros with the bows suck. Was some crazy, like, easy fight, and we ended up getting this ridiculous weapon from it. So, don't look down on it. This is good. We're coming in here with Aracel. Bluebell has throwing weapons. We'll just throw. And I'm going to do that because we have the handgun here. And I was hoping to get some kind of a hit. Yeah, fractured ribs sucks. It'd be nice to get some hits here. Grump's got to run away. Kind of shocked we didn't get more damage on these dudes this turn. We don't need to step in. Let's see how they move. It's all fine. I don't mind. The reason why I stepped in with a backliner is because I really don't mind using my backliner in this way. When your brothers are a little bit hurt, I thought my armor was a little more destroyed than it is, but when your brothers are a little bit hurt, one of the things you can do to try to get more value from them... I'm going to shoot anyway, hope we don't hit Rashid. Looks like we did hit Rashid, but... Sorry about that, Rashid. One of the things you can do to get more value to make your troop last a little longer in the open field is to let your backliners take damage. Don't be too precious with them. They're basically there to take hits for you. Never going to get a chance to use this weapon. I already know. Excellent. Shayteezy's got the quickness on his hands, so we can switch it up there. Grump, we don't want any part of this. If you guys have ever seen the Dewey Cox movie, making fun of the Johnny Cash movie, there's a recurring character. I forget what his name is. He's a famous comedian. He's a black dude. I'm trying to remember what shows he was on. I don't think he was on Mad TV. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Super funny guy. His recurring character is basically like he keeps coming back and saying, "Dewey, you don't want no part of this," every time he tries to get drugs. I'm trying to think of how you could YouTube that. It's a really funny like recurring joke. Every time throughout his life as the Johnny Cash wannabe character, Dewey Cox, attempts to go deeper and deeper into the world of hard drugs. He's there with the marijuana or the pills. House of Nightmares. Hidden for centuries, this ancient place became a safe haven for a coven of hemivores. Many necro savants. Man, could we kill a bunch of necro savants? Probably not, huh? Probably not. We could probably get feasted on by them. Take a 4 in resolve there. Take a 3 in fatigue. Yeah, we're in a little rough shape to fight them. Our armor's not that great. Shayteezy, we're definitely going to take Berserk here. I'm going to say, hope to get a good melee skill roll, please and thank you. I'll take that 4 in fatigue as well as I'll take this 4 in range defense and probably not pump that anymore. But he's got excellent range defense. Going to want some more melee defense for sure. We could try this just for fun. If we do it, we do it. If we do it and we start getting slaughtered, we just reload. Whatever, it's no big deal. But I would like you guys to see Necro Savants, and I would like to also get the potions if possible. They also use Kopeshes, which are incredible weapons. Early game one-handed cleavers. But, oh no. I thought 8 was a little less, or I thought Mini was going to be a little less than 8. I thought we might be fighting 6. 8 of these we can't beat. They're going to slaughter me. So they're really hard to hit. They're deceptive in the fact that they're unarmored because they are really hard to hit and they do have a little bit of armor. Some of them start kind of like a little bit hurt already, but you got to be able to hit them. And our brothers just aren't a high enough level to have the great enough stats to reliably hit these dudes. And then as you can see, they teleport around. They are basically vampires. Do they have 9 lives as well? I don't remember. See what we can do here. We'll try for the fun of it. But this is the part where we get slaughtered. And decapitate. Damn. That would have been sick, huh? Spears do good work versus them, just in terms of trying to have some accuracy. However, and we just whiffed there to like disprove my point. Go for the stun. However, spear wall does nothing because they just teleport in, and they do have 9 lives, so that's confirmed. I would have thought that as I hovered over them it would say it at the bottom, but it doesn't. It does not. Let's switch out our weaponry. Stuns here would be good, but they just go straight to your back line. They attack you where you're the most vulnerable. That's a good stun. Kill there is great. Didn't get anything for it. Got another stun there. Another stun there. We've got 4 stuns and 1 dead on the first turn. That's about as good of an opening as we could have ever hoped to get. But this is the point where they like decapitate Alexander and Wilhelm. Just being honest, that's what's almost certainly going to happen. So here we go. Or they're going to go to Grump and like slaughter him. Ow, and he's dead. He's dead from the bleed. Brutal. Can take this fight just for fun. Rough miss. Go for the stun. Beautiful. Stun's doing well too. I don't know if that would have been my first thought, but now that I'm looking at it, it makes a lot of sense. I tried for the stun there and didn't get it. Yeah, this is death. So this is where they start really killing us. This turn, several brothers will die. If you guys have ever seen Mothman Prophecies. Indrid Cole whispers. It's like 99 will die. If you've never seen Mothman Prophecies, highly recommend. Richard Gere at his best. Besides Pretty Woman, I guess. I'm just swinging at whatever right now. Yeah. And here we go. Actually, guys, I'm gonna load. This is gonna take like another 10 minutes. We don't need that. We should not be attacking many necro savants at this point. But there will be a point in our game where I don't know, 12 necro savants won't threaten us. We'll be so solid in what we're able to do that we'll just be able to crush them. I need to be careful about following tracks when I can't see. Because of my increased speed, I can run away from pretty much anything. Oh, nice! We found the ancient statue. Okay, that's going to be a lot of reading for me. Just give me a second, guys. Alexander enters your tent and flashes his wound, or what's left of it. The garish thing is seemingly healed entirely. The mercenary looks at you with a giddy smile. They'll have to try harder to take me out of this world, Captain. Nice. And then we were kind of waiting on this as well. A fresh, cool breeze is blowing today, and you feel like it's a good time for the Dark Brigade to start something new. You call the men to gather round. What do you tell them? We need to gather or catch the eye of one of the noble houses for more profitable work. They play their own dangerous game, but what does it matter as long as the pay is good? Become known as professional. We already are. So we're probably just going to choose that one. Buy and sell 25 trading goods. This would be a good time for that because our pockets are full of trading goods, but this would take a long time for us to do currently. Win a battle against 12 or more enemies. We've done that. Or let's win 5 fights in the arena. This is the easy choice. And we also want 13 serpents. We can't mess with 13 serpents. That kills us. But a huge statue glittering in the sun that towers over the surrounding landscape. With our increased speed from scout, we can run away from them, so no problems. Guys, I still am suffering from a bit of a cold. I'm going to read this, but if at some point you just get a random pause, that's probably me blowing my nose or coughing or whatever and muting the mic. So with that in mind, a golden man the size of a castle sits atop his stone throne with such august stature. It seems even he, as inanimate as he is, should rule the land, and perhaps the world would be better for it. This non-speaking entity with such awesome presence would make a finer ruler than the lot of skunks you constantly run into. The bulk of the statue rests upon an enormous disc made of spiraling square stones. Were they coffins, it'd take all of 2 bricks to store the Dark Brigade whole. Aracel Darkar tilts his helm up. If it ain't the biggest thing I ever seen, I don't know what is. Alexander smirks and makes a reach for the sellsword's crotch. I thought the women folk said that little worm was the biggest thing to ever be seen. As the company laughs, you step forward and look up. You're not much for kneeling, but you feel the urge here. The statue's staring out at the world with firm authority, and its hands are out at the sides. One upon a sword staked into the earth, and the other supinated as though to weigh justice herself. You nod at the golden sheen present before you. That there is not a single scratch of a would-be robber suggests its austere presence still has some ethereal grip on the world. But that doesn't make sense. Any smart man would be making a fair share from the statue's shins alone. A few mercenaries ask if they can have a stab at collecting some gold for themselves. There's no harm in it. The statue is so huge perhaps it scared off the lesser scapegraces by superstition alone. You no reason to let a good thing go like a nearly endless pile of gold shaped into something pretty. To hell with history and the artistry. You tell the men to have it. They leap to the task with the tools available, but the second Alexander makes contact, he falls limp and slumps against the statue. Another mercenary goes to help him, brushes the enormous toe there, and collapses atop the sellsword. Just as the company begins to panic, the 2 mercenaries bolt back to their feet and start screaming about amazing sights, sights beyond this world, sights of the future itself. Invigorated by this, the company gladly runs themselves into the statue, the lot bang against its giant toes and falling backward like mimes, unexpectedly finding a very real wall. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, but each man springs back to his feet, spilling out fantastic stories. You shrug and walk up to the statue yourself, standing before the big toe with its big toenail. The men urge you forward. Sighing, you put your hand out and touch the toenail. Nothing. Nothing happens. You fist the gap between the nail and golden flesh. You angrily put both hands to the toe like it owes you money. Nothing. Well then, looks like you've riches to harvest. You draw your sword out. Time to strike gold. You swing the sword, but the second steel touches gold, the sheen of the world flashes over you, as though you struck the sun itself and drew blood. The sword continues on into the darkness like a star across the night sky, and it cuts a world of its own into reality, as though you'd slash the magician's cloth off his trick, revealing a room with pillared corners and beautiful silk curtains. And the sword continues on until it slams against a spear shaft. You look down to see a man with gilded armor and red eyes holding his guard with a grimace. He slices across the tiled floor to his right, and lets your momentum fall to the ground. Then he twirls the spear around his back and strikes it forward. You throw your arm wide and close rank with the killer, catching the spear shaft between your armpit and driving forward to stab him just beneath his pauldron, driving the sword into the heart. The man's red eyes drain to a pure white, and he goes limp and slides right off the steel. As he clatters to the ground, you quickly look around. Against the far wall stands an enormous bed with corners of marble, each statue shaped to a woman or man, each of them adorned submissively to what looks like a rising sun. There's an elderly man in the bed who is looking at you, bearded, eyes dim, weathered, familiarity in his stare. He smiles, but it quickly fades. He yells, but you don't understand the words. A shadow slides across the room, and you wheel around to see a large knight with fire in his eyes bearing down with a two-hander. Parry! You step back and flip your sword crosswise and crouch at the knees to brace for impact. The killer's two-hander slams against your sword, and just like that, the world snaps away, and still frozen in a parry, you can feel the issuance of time and space fly by your sides like a plow wind, and ungodly amounts of suffering, screaming, living and dying, and in the far distance a speck of light that fast approaches until you arrive back in your body, and your sword hits the statue and swings backwards so hard it flies out of your hands and sails through the air until stabbing into the earth with an earthbound chunk. The men look about one another. You go and fetch your sword. "I think you broke it, sir," says Lucian Ravensbane as he gets handsy with the pinky toe. You tell him and the rest of the men to pack their things. It's time to leave this place. Looking at the statue, you see that it is all rusted bronze now. You think to ask one of the mercenaries if he had been gold earlier, but you already know the answer to that. Instead, you stare at the head of the statue, at the face, at that very familiar face. Everyone becomes euphoric. We're not going to dwell on it. But how interesting was that, guys? That's a bit of the real lore in the game. Let's stay away from these serpents lest we die, because we 1000% can't fight them. We will happily fight some nomads in this hideout. But yeah, such a cool event. I'm always happy to see it. Nice little easy bit of cash here and experience before we get to the city. Hopefully to sell some things and make some cash. I tried to put a little sauce on my reading there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Almost can't breathe. I'm recording right now. I was supposed to have a class today. I'm studying as a Russian linguist. It's part of my schooling. I did that in the army, but I'm getting a part of my degree in it. But it's been like a big part of my day, every day, for a while now. And there we go. There's Berserk doing bloody work. Grump can jump in and try to do some stuff. He's a little hurt, but not stepping forward my frontliners has been a little awkward for some of our play. Alright, here come the shield walls. Not gonna shoot, gonna switch it out. Same here with Leonhard. Lucian. He's got an injury. I don't know which one it is. It's making him whiff a bit, I think. Excuse me, y'all. If I was a Pokemon right now, I'd be coughing for sure. Oh, but I was going to say my class, I don't have it today. It was canceled for some reason. I got sidetracked. I'm kind of glad it got canceled because, like I said, I've been feeling under the weather. And I was sort of dreading it. But I also have a test on Wednesday, so I'm like, ugh. And this was more than worth our time. Excellent. Did anyone level? No one? Okay. Onward to Wolfenfest. And the ambition was fulfilled in perfect timing to get to Wolfenfest, which is a Citadel-type location. So we'll be able to get contracts from there now. I believe, right? Thinking to we'll check that in a second. Thinking to set tongues wagging with the name of the Dark Brigade and thereby increase your prospects with the nobility, you pushed your men to great deeds, outstanding bravery, and plentiful bloodshed. After several contracts and more than a few skirmishes, you worked hard enough and long enough to have some of the lords take notice of the company's competence. These are the great gentlefolk, almost called them great folk, who rule the land by virtue of some long-dead ancestor subjugating a group of unarmed peasants. As Erling the Curious puts it, now these pampered, inbred fops are well impressed enough with you to grind the company in one of their feuds. If you wash your face and ask politely, they should favor you with a profitable contract now and again. You can congratulate yourself. Nice. Unfortunately, the euphoria comes on the tails of other euphoria. Because our company can never naturally become euphoric, This is like the only time this will ever happen. I forget how long it takes for this stuff to fade. But let's see if Wolfenfest has the prices we hoped it would. They're currently rebuilding, but we don't have any wood for them. And we could sell for profits here, but the profits aren't incredible. Look at all those bludgeons. I need the money. Let's see what this contract is. He wants me to go on patrol. $25 heads. Say we need to be paid. Okay. We got to get heads for this. So, Eisenstein, Oschenhausen, and Wolfenfest. I'll need some time to think about this. I like this because it gives me a chance. Let's see. Eisenstein, Wolfenhausen, Wolfenfest. Yeah. So we just go up and down this road and hope to find some enemies. And it gives me a chance to see if they'll be willing to pay more than Wolfenfest. So this is pretty great for us. Let's see if they have anything in here that I can't live without. Nothing that I see in the armory. I mean, they're fully stocked, and the prices aren't terrible, but they're not good either to buy, that is. And we're good on supplies, all the supplies that we'll need to make this trip, so I don't need to spend yet. In terms of hiring, a deserter, a grave robber, that would go well in our company for sure. Let's take it. We've got nothing else going on. And yeah, any location we can find along the way would be wonderful. We're really hoping to get accosted by brigands. That would be sort of the dream. See some fighting up there. Good to know about. Ah, brigand hunters. Perfect. I don't know if they count dog heads though. Whoa, that's what I need to see. Yeah, the prices to sell here are very bad. Also to buy, not so great. Sorry, I clicked on the same thing like 3 times. I meant to click on this. Okay, we've seen it all. And they also have missions here. Brigand hunters usually have dogs, but this is just poachers, marksmen, and raiders. Okay, are we in good shape? I think we are. I wanted to start repairing this because I want to sell these. Okay, let's get these guys. Happy no militia came out to steal our kills. Wow, for once the game gave me the high ground. Would love to get this long axe. Would love to get this crossbow. Okay, check this out. This is pretty interesting. So there are very few entrances to where we are right now. They have to come up here, basically, or all the way around here, which I don't see the AI doing. But if we had really good archers, we would stand here and just crush them. But there's also something to be said for making sure that we have shields in front of us here. Because their archers are better than my archers. Step forward here, 25%. Just my archers do suck. That's the problem. Could start sending some of our more heavy metal bros out here to fight. And because we have... This is what we're going to do. I've got it figured out now. I'm going to shoot here. Alright, you bros are going to go around a circle. Throwing weapon bros are going to get excellent range from here as well. That's a beautiful shot. Damn. Not hitting a single hit there feels pretty bad. Hayen's going to go with them as well. Grump is going to come over here and guard this area. And use the rock as cover, the boulder. Yeah, we have like no chance with this guy. I'm a little wary of someone stepping here, but if they do, they'll end up in a situation they don't want either. Because we'll just 3v1 them and then start walking up. Let's see how they move this turn. If they reorient their formation. And we're going to try to use some of our bros to attack ones further back. For instance, we could just fire into here and hope to get lucky. Just like that. Rashid here is just here to shield wall. Should probably equip him with a throwing weapon. I just don't know if I have any. Fire, reload, fire. Let's see. Killing these archers up here would go a long way, I bet. We're going to come this way. And making them want to come to me. They just have so much ranged stuff. The crossbowman has to die. And the long axeman. These, and I guess this this flail, are the weapons that we want. Beautiful. And with that, whatever like little range advantage they were hoping on is kind of dwindling. We're going to take the high ground instead of trying to engage this turn. Unfortunately, I do feel like I need to kill these dudes in the front line, even though that takes away from my gun's ability to do work. That's a quality miss right there. Grump's here to shield wall. And hope they try to do a little something to him. Because they're just not going to get it. It's just going to be them wasting their turns. And we're slowly but surely moving lean hard here. Alright, let's see what they do. Wouldn't be surprised to see a crossbow bolt go off into one of these two. We don't want to see that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Damn, I think he was shooting at Wilhelm. And now we step in. Rashid's in good shape. They're not coming to me, so I'm going to start sending Rashid around. High ground only, please. Alright, let's take shots at the Brigand Raider with the long axe. He's pretty much the next to go. Okay, that's not unexpected. Happy that they exposed this dude. So I think we can get him. Wow, we whiff everything. Well, that sucked. Start moving Grump down that way. Yeah, this dude's got to get focused next turn. I wasted so many attacks trying to kill this poacher. And he's going to get a chance to go again. Not great. Thank God he missed. Okay. And this should be beautiful. And it was. And then we get the reset. Love it. Okay. Do we go for Thresh? I think we go for pound because it ignores the shield. Went for decapitation. And we're out of throwing stuff. Now the real weapons come out and the boys got to go to work. If our whole strategy revolved around throwing weapons, I would say that a really good perk for us to get would be like bags and belts, which would give us like basically more pockets to carry more stuff. Really happy he missed. I was kind of stressed about him landing an attack. And that's beautiful. That's exactly what we needed. I'm going to try to kill him, because if we don't, I don't think we have anyone else who can do it. Take an aim shot. Went for another pound there. Obviously, we don't care much if the slinger gets away, other than the fact that he's ahead for our current contract. And we would like to get all the heads we can get. Nice. I think we're going to get him. Just a lone dude in the valley. We only took a little bit of damage on Aerosol here. Pretty successful battle. Beautiful. And that put the fear of the god in the last remaining raider. I didn't even see, I don't think we got the long axe, but it looks like we got the crossbow, which we're going to replace instantly on one of these brothers that we have that's been using these crummy composite bows that they can't even hit with. Most of the time. Just pass. And down he goes. So that was a beautiful case of like the money just walking into our hands. Happy to get the crossbow. That's the number one thing I wanted. The long axe was a close second though. But let's see. Who do we have? So you got 44 and you're at 41. There we are. And then how are the prices to sell here again? Really bad. Like really, really bad. I'll just get rid of the quivers and knives and stuff. And we did get some levels. Lucian has a level. We're going to grab Berserk. To me, that's just not a question. Sucks to only get a 1 in melee skill there. We will take this 4 in melee defense. That's huge. And a 4 in maximum fatigue is also quite nice. Considering a 5 in range defense, that's just something you don't see very often. But this 4 in resolve, we're going to take on him because he is one of our rally bros. And if we want him to be useful at that, he's got to have it. Let's get Battleforged here on Aerosol. Happy to get that. 3 in melee skill, beautiful. 3 in melee defense, happy. And then I'll take a 3 in fatigue. So 3s all around. But at least they're in 3 of what I consider to be the core necessary I was going to say disciplines. I mean, for 1200 we could buy one of these and just get rid of the composite bows or whatever they're called. No, the composite bows. Okay, keep traveling, keep traveling. Give me more bandits, please. Otherwise, we're not going to make a ton of money off of this trip. Nice. Now, they have a few marksmen as well, so us fighting them at night's not really a big deal, but we are out of ammo. And, Let's see how that plays. I know we've got extra quivers and they're full. We'll probably have enough ammo to do everything we want to do. But we're going to need to buy some for our next fight. Okay, don't want to be hit by that. And we wait to jump in until we know how they jump in and we can use our guns. Got to give our guns clean line of sight. That was nice. I didn't expect to hit anything there, and I'm glad I hit at least something. That one hurt a little bit. Yeah, wouldn't be nice to get a little bit of damage on this guy so he doesn't bop me with that wooden flail. Alexander can't switch, he doesn't have quick hands yet. Another good crossbow. If we could get that, I'd be very happy. Good hit. And we're basically stepping in here. I don't like any of these positions. Because now Grump is in a little bit of an awkward spot. I don't want guys to step in and surround him. And they might. Someone's going to step in here probably and attack him. And they did. But now it's a 2v1. Whereas if he wouldn't have stepped forward with Rashid, we might have let him get 3v1'd. Which he just can't handle. His HP's too low. We've got to get that up if we can. Okay, Alex. Holy crap. Okay, well, let's try that again. Grump just got pancaked. Holy God. I didn't think he was in that much danger. Holy crap. That was a very inauspicious start. Put a little hurt on that guy. Same deal, we just wait here. Hope to get lucky with a few hits. Happy about that. Alexander's a waste of time to shoot at anything. So we'll get our weapon out a turn earlier than we did last time. Make a nice long line. Start freaking him out here. With the beautiful flanks. We put Grump in kind of a scary position again. However, the difference is this time we're pressuring the back line, so they've fallen back with some of their raiders. Ow! And that's the danger of stepping out in front of our shields. Little bit of damage there. Erling. Let's go melee on these dudes. That was really bad. We got to start cutting through the dudes in the back. That way we can kind of circle back to the front and help out. Took a chance there to try to shut down that hunting bow. That's what we needed. went for the stun twice and got it, thankfully. Hayen's still in a rough spot. I stepped him back last turn, but he could still very easily just get crossbowed or something to the face. That's pretty annoying. Parry plus shield, or riposte rather, plus shield wall is a pretty good combo. And a hit there is a kill, which is why I took it. Let's move forward and shut them down. Yeah, every miss we get, he's gonna make us pay for it, but we ended up obviously decapitating him. Sorry, not sorry. What I want right now is to try to get onto this crossbowman. Damn. I was about to say, is he really going to get away? That's a big negative. Ghost Rider. Beautiful. And with that, the threat's pretty much over. Lucian's not in a great spot. Just in terms of pure HP and armor, he could get wrecked. Step here just to shut down the marksman. Beautiful. And we don't get the crossbow? That hurts. That hurts my feelings. That would have been amazing pickups for us. We pick up a lot of other stuff besides. A hunting bow if we wanted it. A falchion, a military pick, and a flail. Good stuff to sell. I don't think we need those weapons for any particular reason. But we will repair them if they need it. Kind of skirmishes axe as well. Could repair that, I suppose. If I go for this, I need to change our helmet out. That's a 70. This is a 73. This is a 4. This is a better helmet. That's a better helmet here. Definitely need to check every now and then to make sure I'm using the right gear. And in the front lines, I don't really have any interest in any of these other weapons. I kind of like our stun situation. And I've been kind of impressed with the three-headed flails. Doing great. Bluebell here. Let's get him battle forged. It's not going to do a ton, I guess. Not quite yet. I'll take the 4 in range skill. We'll hopefully not pump that much more. But these are not great rolls. Not great rolls at all. 2 in fatigue and probably just a 2 in melee defense. Feels a little bad. Erling here as a gunner. We're going to want to get him overwhelmed. Thank you for getting me the 4 here in ranged. Love it. 4 in resolve. Let's get him a 3 in fatigue. And then Alexander. 3 in range skill, yes sir. 3 in resolve. Trying to get him up just that little bit. His natural defenses are so high. And I'll take a 2 in fatigue, I guess. It's not great either, but he has to have quick hands. So let's get that for him right now. And if you're curious why we switched out the helmet, it's because of the vision. The last bow he was using didn't require it. So now we need to head back to Wolfenfest. But maybe we could take a longer route hoping to find something else to fight. Was kind of hoping that the small village would have something of interest for us, but they don't. We also have a piece of armor we could distribute to someone back here. There we go. And let's head out. One more fight would be nice. And max out the heads. We're getting paid like an okay amount for this. For our trouble. Ah, we did. We did pick up an additional quiver. But we do need to pay for more bolts. Let me see what the cost of ammo is here. It's not bad. We're going to buy all of it. And a stack of tools. And a loaf of bread. And then we leave. Got up on the mountain for a sec to scout. Any enemy would do here. It falls to you, the commander, to see the company succeeds, not just on the battlefield, but also in fame and riches. And so you spend the evenings pondering about a bigger plan for the Dark Brigade in your tent, while the men talk and laugh around the fire. You're never going to become a legend simply by chasing brigands and doing small-time contracts. What do you proclaim the company will set out to do? So, kill some undead locations. Have 3 pieces of body armor and 3 helmets, each with 230 durability or more. That's not going to be for a little while. Have 5 of your men with a weapon mastery perk each, no matter which one. That's a good one. We'll take that one. Because I don't know how many we currently have. Let's check. 1. He's going to be a flail master. So that'll be an easy 2 once he levels. Though he won't level for a little while. Man, we really don't have a lot, but we can start, like, figuring it. A lot of my ranged guys, we can make them all handgunners. That's kind of what I want to do. Handguns, grenades. And we're not going to wait around too much longer to try to find more stuff. We're going to come here. We've got this done. The prices are fine enough to sell, so I will. I think they're better than when we were last here. Is that correct? They look maybe about the same. I think the shield was 18 when I was here last. But that's okay. That's still a great price to sell stuff. It's just not exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah, let's just pull the trigger. And just like that, we're loaded again. Honestly, could get rid of some of this other stuff. We just do not need it. Yeah, man, we're super loaded. Huh. It's so funny when you get rich, you start looking at it, it's like, I could just buy a coat of scales. Why wouldn't I just buy a coat of scales? And just put someone in a super heavy set of armor. Visually, it's one of my favorite armors. Sellsword's armor is a really good value. For the money, reinforced mail hauberks are fine, but their fatigue is atrocious. Man, just Lucian and just like the big armor would be sick. Yeah, I think we pass on all this. Might as well check the weaponsmith, I guess. Some big weapons here, man. If we really wanted to pay for them, I would probably grab... Let's say the prices here were great, and they're not. Let's say this was $4 grand, essentially, for a greatsword. I would probably pick up, like, the Warhammer, a fighting spear, and, like, a noble sword. That's probably what I would grab and hook my bros up in the front. But alas, that is not the world we live in. I'm holding on to this battle whip in case I find a situation where I want to test it or use it. I think it's just a fun addition. But you know what we can do? We did unlock a free seat here. And because we found a legendary location, we also unlocked the cartographer, which is another way to make a lot of money over the course of a long campaign. So the cartographer is a man of culture and knowledge, but he also realizes that traveling in the company of well-armed mercenaries is one of the best ways to safely see the world and explore places that few visited before. So he pays us between 100 and 400 crowns for every location you discover on your own. The further away from civilization, the more you're paid. Legendary locations pay double. Getting this really early in a campaign is amazing. I mean, literally all we have to do is bare minimum discover 25 locations, which we're going to discover hundreds in our playthrough. And 25 would pay us back. We're going to discover hundreds. And they're going to pay us a heck of a lot more than 100 usually. Because most of the time, especially in the late game, we're going to be out venturing. And that is an amazing pickup for us to get early on. I'm tempted to go back to Einstein probably, because they have contracts for us. I thought they had 2 for us. And if not, maybe we go down to Krakenland. Yeah, here we go. Looks like maybe witches, an escort mission. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, the guy tried to... It's another witches thing. I'm happy a lot of you seem in the comment section to share my frustration with some of the witch fights. The most broken thing about them that I always noticed was that they can cast the hex spell as much as they want, which means you can never attack them. They just kind of one turn will stop casting it, and that's when you have to strike them. Otherwise, you have to sit and hope you don't die. Let's see what they'll pay us here. I accept the contract, though it's not exactly what I want to do. We'll camp. Alright. Now, in all seriousness, I've heard tales of these witches. They can put a hex on you to make you see things. They'll make you sign blood pacts, and if you don't pay, they'll cut your kneecaps out and use them for divination. Hell, when I was a child, my neighbor had made a deal with one, and then he disappeared. I later saw a mysterious woman walking around with a fresh skull being used for a lantern. That's incredible. Okay, I also wanted to do this with these guys because, first off, it's a 1 skull hexing contract, which has got to be very rare. Normally, these are very difficult fights. And 2, because we're in an anatomist run, and I want to see what the heck kind of potion we're going to get for killing them. I should have bought a lot of tools while I was at our last location, and I did not. With the amount of money I have, I should just pay out everyone. Do we still have big injuries? Only on hand. Ooh. Alexander whistles and tips his cap at the beautiful ladies which have arrived seemingly out of nowhere to swoon before the company. You hold the sellsword back and step forward, but before you can speak, one of the women holds her hands up and strides to meet you. Let me show you my true self, sellsword. Her arms go to her sides and there turn gray and shrivel like wet almond skin. Once bright and silken hair falls out in long wispy strands until her grotesque skull is bared. The last roots there holding clumped assemblage of gnats and lice like final congregants upon the dying world. She bows, her face up toward you, with a yellow grin shorn across it. We've great power, sellsword, of this you surely see. I offer you a deal. She produces a tiny vial in each hand, one carrying a drop of green liquid, the other blue. She smiles and spins them in her fingers as she talks. A drink for the body or for the spirit? Men would kill for either. I offer you one in exchange for the firstborn's life. What worth is the offspring of a stranger? You've slaughtered your fair share, have you not? Stand aside, sellsword, and let us have this one. Or confront us, risk your men's lives, and your own. All for some runt who won't remember your face in due time. It's your choice. So if ever there was a background for us to not care about newborn children, the anatomist might be that run. Cultist definitely as well. I've done this before. I've taken the potions. They give us stats, I think. But I don't remember. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what the body versus the spirit is. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably take the one for the spirit, because I feel like if I've done this before, I've probably done it for the body. I also don't want to fail this contract, but I'm not sure how this works. I'm going to take the one for the spirit. But man, if I don't kill them, I also miss out on not only killing them and getting the money and the crafting ingredients, but I also miss out on the potion from killing Hexen. But we'll get other opportunities to do that. This is a rare event. I desire a drink for the spirit. Let's see what happens. With a flip of her hand and a bump of her wrist, the wish shunts the green vial down her sleeve. The remaining blue vial she holds out to you. A smart man you are, sellsword. She snorts harshly, her fat nose shriveling into a maggot's girth before flopping back down. I do sense sharp-minded men in your blood, sellsword. I'd almost want to have the blood for myself. Her eyes stare at you like a cat upon a delimbed cricket, a cricket which still dares to move. But then her smile returns, more gum than teeth, more black than pink. Ah well, a deal is a deal, here you are. She throws the vial through the air, and by the time you catch it and look back, the witches are gone. You hear the frank cry of horrific torture. Ugh. Its distance seemingly both near and far, and you've little doubt that it is the demise of Kuno the Guildmaster's firstborn. Too good a trade to refuse. Ugh, I hate that. But when you're playing bad characters, you gotta make bad decisions. What does it do? Traded for with a malevolent witch at the expense of another man's life, this mysterious concoction promises to be a magical drink for the spirit and to grant wisdom and insight as if having fought a dozen battles. Grants a veteran a level up. Oh my god. So it's a free level. 1,800 on both of these guys. Could get Lucian up to level 9 and give him Flail Mastery. This is almost 2,000 on Bluebell. Just trying to see how I can get the most bang for my buck, because we're going to use it. 2,000 on Alexander as well. I'm a little more tempted to forgo a little bit of value, like 1,800 versus 2,000 experience, to get our strongest brothers up to the highest levels, to make them even more effective. On Aerosel, I would get that. Yeah, we're going to pop it. My initial instinct is to use it on Lucian, though it generally, it doesn't matter. Oh no, it gave me low ball stats. Oh, that's terrible. And it gave me no perk. Oh, that's terrible. Why does it work that way? Oh no, guys. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's so bad. I think I've got to reload from the last autosave. What was our last autosave? What did we fight? It's day 45. Resume. I can't let that stand. That's one of our strongest bros not getting a perk for a level. Just because I misunderstood that contract. That is terrible. Guys, I'm not going to make you watch me do that fight again. But that is so bad. I can't let that stand. That's horrible. Why would you do that, game? Just give me a normal level. I'm not even saying don't do that, like in the later stages of the game. When your brothers are like level 15 and 16 and stuff. But like right now, we can't afford that. That's so bad. I'm going to reload from the last autosave. I'll do that fight off camera. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We learned something today. Do not trust witches. Screw them, man. And then they tortured a kid for that. Screw that. We killing them next time we get the chance. But, Jesus. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Good Talk Gaming. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.